Good morning, everybody. It is 8:16 in the morning. I'm here at work early again, like usual. I actually have a lot to do later on as soon as I'm done. So I'm going to try and make this quick. I have a show coming up tonight. I will be at The Killing Joke in Silver Lake on, where is that? Let me make sure I have that correct. So I also am going to be at the Brea Improv Sunday at 7. And if you go to improv.com, look for Brea and go promo code Rivera, you will find tickets for that. So please come out. That would be awesome to see you there. Yeah, that's only a few days away, actually. The other spot I'm going to be is... Why can't I see it? Anyway, yeah, The Killing Joke tonight. I will be in Silver Lake area performing. So despair. That's one of those things that seem to be happening right now for some reason. There's some despair out there for people. I think no matter what side you're on in the world, people seem to think like now is so much worse than it's ever been, which doesn't make sense because I study history, so I know for a fact it's been terrible. You know, I hear it from comedians all the time where they're like, we can't get married and do all that. We can't own a home. It's like, well, yeah, I know things are tough, especially in a city, in a city like Los Angeles. You can't afford to live here if you're trying to make an entertainment, because entertainment, like crime, doesn't pay very well. So people are going, getting a little bit despair, or like, oh, we can't get married, have families because we can't afford a house. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, you can't afford a house in the city, but there's no reason you can't live outside of the city, or not even that far outside of the city. Will it be as nice as you wish to live? No, but it is an option. Like, I talked to this girl from Lancaster, actually, when I went to San Diego. So I took the train part of the way. I took the train to Anaheim on Friday, and met up with the comic that I was rolling with, and then we drove the rest of the way to San Diego. So, I was talking with her, and there's houses as low as $1,600. Are they nice? No, but there's cheap homes in California. It's just probably not in a place you want to live, but there is always options. And, there's always ways to get around anything. And that's why I'm learning that it's so easy to despair and get like, say, oh, everything's terrible. That's the easy path, but it's not the good path. In fact, it's actually wrong. For example, I've been hearing this from comics a lot. There's just too many people. I've heard that for so long. And I used to believe that there were too many people in the world. There aren't, actually. Birth rates are going down in America. We're actually running out of people, which might make work prospects better, actually, but it's still not good. I mean, I think there's too many people if you live in the cities, because there are too many people in the cities, because everyone comes to a major city to try and work. But there aren't too many people. I've toured a little bit of California doing comedy, and there's a lot of places where there's barely any people. Like, there might be a few thousand, and you're like, wow, there's nobody here. So this whole despair narrative, it's not true. It's a mental trick, and it's actually it's not a good thing to have. I mean, I don't know why you want to always think the world is gonna end, or it doesn't make sense. The world will keep going with or without you. That's why I say, like, keep fighting. And it's easy to get despair in comedy, because comedy is such a lonely thing where you do a lot, you do a lot, you do a lot, and it feels like you're not getting anywhere. I know this for a fact. It's happened to me many times. But you just have to keep going, because that is the only way in which you can fight against depression, despair, and all of that, because it's not helpful to you to just give in and give up. That is the worst thing anyone can ever do, ever. I mean, don't ever give up on, and I'm not saying things are going to turn out the way you want. That is not reality. Reality is you will fight and fight and fight, and you still may lose. But the fact that you fought I mean, I saw this beautiful story this morning about this 94-year-old World War II veteran who jumped out of a plane on D-Day and went and fought in a war overseas and almost died, getting shot at all the way down. And now he jumped again on D-Day because, again, on the anniversary of D-Day, yesterday, I believe. I don't know. The story came out yesterday. Anyway, but this time he did it for fun. And those people, I think, prove better than anyone. They were facing certain death, and they went, I'm gonna jump out of a plane anyway. And they had families. Like, they would go get married real quick, have a family, knowing that they would die, most likely. And they didn't go, oh, well, my finances aren't correct. They're not pussies. They were men. We don't have men today, and it's really annoying and disappointing. Men are really weak right now. And people go, well, no, men are weak as hell right now. I watch it all the time, especially in LA. It's the worst here. And I have a lot of female friends that are like, man, there aren't any real men. It's like, yeah, because they're just going, well, things aren't working out, so I'm just going to play video games and smoke weed and masturbate alone. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you think, all right, think about it this way. Do you think if I gave up on my dream many years ago, which I almost did actually, I almost said it's not going to work out, and that was the worst thing I could have done. And then months later, when I was at my lowest, right, I just got in the DUI. I almost killed myself in that car in a fiery wreck. I didn't give up, and I just kept going. And then months later, I got the job I have now. And now I work full time in entertainment, working for comedians that make a huge living. If I had just given up and said, it won't work out, nothing would have worked out. But I kept going. And I'm not saying it'll work out necessarily like that, but that's the secret. You just keep going, keep doing things. And when you're at your lowest, you just go, I'm not going to give in to this despair. Because it's a mental thing. It's mental. It's not real. It's all up here that's telling you things aren't going to work out. But in reality, you can't possibly see how things will actually work out. I had no idea that I was going to work for Gabriel Iglesias' management company. I didn't even think that was a possibility in my head. I had been struggling to be a comedian for so long and being funny for so long, and nothing happened. I got on Last Comic Standing on sheer talent alone, no management company behind me. And right now, I edit videos for different well-known comedians now sometimes, and some unknown as well. And you know what? I could have given up a long time ago and said it wasn't going to work out, but I didn't. Because I look at those old men in World War II that just jumped out of a plane, and I'm like, man, I'm not even half the man that they are. The least I can do is try. That's my message. Don't be pussies. Try. Even if you fail, keep going. You may not get exactly the career you thought, but you're going to be a success if you just don't give up. All right. I'm not mad. I'm just like disappointed in most of you. All right. Have a good morning.